Bro, sis, I know you want more in life and more for your life, but one thing we gotta stop doing is just not loving ourselves. Facts. I, I'm just making this because I have so many people that I love, you know, around me. And, I noticed they're making strides to become the version of themselves they know that they can be and they want to be, but they're just kind of stuck, they're working out, got the skincare routine, working on different routines, to make themselves, become into that 2.0 version of themselves. But if you look at them in the eyes, you could just tell they're like empty still, like there's a void. And if I'm being honest, it's truly because you don't love yourself or they don't love themselves. And it's tough. It's tough to have to live with that or know that while you're trying to become your better version of yourself. And I know that myself because 2 years ago, that was me. One thing I do understand about, confidence and learning to love yourself is that you're born into a family and the environment, when you're young, you don't really get to choose it. So your influences come from all different walks of life. And you could take away with you something hella negative that will make you not want to be yourself. Excuse me. It will have you hating yourself because of the things that happened to you or things that were said or around you. And that's something that we can't control, as far as when we're young. And we're starting off. I mean, like I said, I know it sucks, I'm just here to tell y'all that, like I said, don't skip that don't skip that step of getting to really know yourself and love yourself. Because like I said, you could be chasing progression every single day. But if you don't take the time to look yourself in the mirror and really appreciate who you are, what you're becoming, and love yourself for however you look, however you think, however you act, it's going to be a bunch of empty. It's just going to feel like you're just doing it to do it, So that's what I'm saying. Have some meaning, have some why behind it. We all have traumas. We all have things that have influenced us to maybe not like ourselves or prevent us from doing things that could further make us love ourselves or allow us to love ourselves. Sorry, not make us, but allow us to love ourselves. But it's up to us to find those things. Yeah, we were thrown into environments. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's up to us to change that. There's going to be all types of people, projecting how they feel onto you, about you, or even themselves. And you may not notice it because they're going to be talking to you. And we got to be able to look at things for what it is, Look, they may not be happy with themselves. So, they trying to put, how they feel on me. And shit, you might even feel that way about yourself and it becomes really real. And then now that's something that's sitting in the back of your subconscious for the rest of, however long you don't attack that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, those things are sitting in the back of your head if you don't sit there and like really think about them. Like, one way that I've accomplished loving myself a lot more, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't. 2 years ago, I didn't care about how I looked. Didn't have a skincare routine. Waking up extra late, eating whatever, not working out. You know what I'm saying? Low key got so, into what I was living and hating it so much, contemplated, unaliving myself. I just ultimately stopped caring. I allowed people and things to take advantage and do things that I shouldn't have allowed, disrespect, all types of different things, And one thing that I learned in order to get to where I am today was having a conversation with myself. And not just myself now, my past self. Lil Tyler. Yeah. I had to ask him kind of like, where did things go wrong? I had to really think about it. Like, what made you, into the man that I was. I didn't feel like I was a man. A boy that I was at that time. That's the same thing you got to do, bro. Same thing you got to do, sis. Y'all got to really dig deep and ask yourself, damn, like, if you feel like you ugly, like, why do I think I'm ugly? Why do I not think I'm beautiful? Why do I not think I'm handsome? Well, damn, any chance I got, my mama would always tell me this, that, and the other. Then my aunties would get on me when you know what I'm saying? My aunties would do this and do that. Not knowing how much it affects you. It gets you into this mode where you start to like people please, and worry about everybody else's opinions and feelings except your own. So that's why I said you start to make other people important other than yourself. And then you start to wonder, why do I feel so insignificant from other people around me? At this point in life, if you pass the age of 18, moving on your own, able to separate from your family, bro, or sis, it's on you. As I said, people gonna put whatever they want on your plate. And you either just gonna sit there and make excuses or clear it off your plate. Put something fresh on there. But let me give an example, to how it was when I had that conversation with my younger self. It was more along the lines of like, what was that? Like growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like how I looked, At the time, I didn't really know what to do with my hair. I mean, if it wasn't cut short, it was just a dry, nappy ass afro, I didn't have skincare. I was super dark, and there's nothing wrong with dark, but like at the time I was super dark. And like I said, obviously, I was nuts for the ladies, back in middle school and stuff like that. And I just wasn't able to keep up with, the dudes that was having their way, like, back in my middle school, it was like the light skinned niggas, that was getting on the girls, with the super duper curly hair, or it was the hood niggas, the extra out hood niggas, ready to fight, chunk them, what I'm saying, fade it out or whatever, they just was down ass niggas, they was funny too, but, they played a sport, but they was hood niggas, doing hood shit. The bitches was jocking them heavy, and I'm not gonna lie, I would compare and I felt so insignificant. I couldn't afford the clothes that they was, doing. And no disrespect to my folks. Like my pops was working 4 or 5 jobs to make sure we had a place to stay. He did his shit, But like I said, bills and stuff like that got to be taken care of before, it's clothes. If I had hella nice clothes, my grandmother fortunately took us, both of my grandmothers took me, and my siblings grocery shopping. I'm tweaking. They took me back to school shopping. So like I would have a couple fly things, but like I never was really up to date on everything, So boom, even at that point in time, I never even really let that get to me so much to like being in my own shell. Like I still was outgoing and I still would talk to girls, try to be the funny guy, which at times would work. But there was this one, breezy, I was feeling heavy, Went up to her, asked her out, she said yeah. So I was feeling myself, I felt a little good, But then shortly after like dating her, it was just kind of like this person that she wanted me to make me. And it was typically a hood nigga, basically. Like she was telling me like, hey, you should gel your hair, get curls, spike them up. You should get earrings. At the time, I ain't have no earrings. My parents was kind of like, it's kind of a female thing at the time. Like, if you're not a girl, what do you need them for? So I didn't have no earrings. Again, like I said, I ain't have no like, I ain't know how to put no fits together. I just wore what I wore. Sometimes it'd be hand me down. Sometimes it'd be, like I said, some back to school shopping stuff. But and she was just trying to make me into the image of what she liked, but she didn't really like me. Wasn't really paying attention to that. I feel like what really snapped me out of it and made me not want to be with her was the fact that I realized all of that, because I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling bad that I wasn't that for her, and I was trying to find ways to become that. So I started acting a certain way, not being me, and I did all that just to come and find out that she was just with me just to like make my homeboy jealous. Right? Crazy. But at the same time, I'm not even mad about that, like for real, because it was just my turn. Like, that's gonna happen. It come with the game. I'm not gonna be mad at her at all. Like, she got her shit that she went through. She was in her environment. I can't be mad at her for that. I can't be mad at myself for trying to change myself to appease her for that. That was one of the top key moments probably in my life that I started to care about what other people think about, or change things about me to appease people pleasing type shit, And that's why I said, so I had to do that. Why? Another thing that I had to do, like I said, was, I'm not gonna lie, I had to high-key be delusional. I wasn't in a state where I loved myself. I wasn't in a state where I felt strong. I wasn't in a state where, like I said, I felt like I looked attractive, handsome, or whatever, So I had to start telling myself I was handsome. I am that guy. I can't be whatever I want to do. I will do the things that I say that I do. And I 1%, like one day at a time, I just had to like do different things. It was just small shit. Like I said, making up my bed, getting a skincare routine, caring about my appearance. I used to walk out and not give a damn. Like, crust down my eyes, oil on my shirt, And I'm at a point in my life where, like, yeah, I like, wear chains and, got earrings and all that stuff. But it's for me. I didn't get it for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this and I wear what I wear and do what I want because of me. I look nice because I choose to look nice, And I'm at a point in my life where I really don't care what other people think. Like, I definitely am a respectable person. I'm respectful. I talk to people. I try to be cool with people. I'm very easygoing, but I'm gonna do what I do. Like, I don't expect everybody to like what I'm doing. It's just the reality of it. I can't get everybody in this earth to mess with or like what I'm doing. I can only control what I control. One of the top things I can control is how I feel about myself. That's facts. It's facts. Like I said, you really got to dig deep and ask yourself, like, why am I here? And if your answer is, oh, because my mom, oh, because my dad, oh, because my friends, you're right, but you're wrong. You're right. That's how it started. But now at this point, when you already older, you're on your own, your friends ain't around you, or maybe they still are, maybe your parents are around or whatever. They going to keep doing the same thing. Are you going to keep having the same reaction to it? You're just going to keep getting mad, keep getting sad, and just continue to still live the same life and not do nothing to figure out a way around this? It's easy to make an excuse for why things aren't being done or why you are the way that you are. It's way harder to sit there and not make an excuse and put the work in. But when you put the work in, it works. It actually feel good. Like I said again, I'm glad if you're going to the gym, you do anything, hey, more power to you. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you still going to the gym and you still feel a certain type of way about yourself, it's not the gym. The gym is not going to fix that. It could definitely attribute and definitely add to and help a little bit, but that's not going to be the underlying solution here. Loving yourself. Hey, that's what it comes down to. Even the imperfections. It's part of it. I love loving my imperfections. Like I said, like, I wasn't everybody's cup of tea. I would get bagged on constantly throughout high school. Oh, you got a long giraffe neck ass nigga. Oh, front buggy nose ass nigga. Oh, dark burn ass nigga. Because I used to be hella dark back in the day. Oh, nappy headed ass nigga. Oh, goofy ass nigga. Any and everything in the book. Any and everything in the book. Did it affect my confidence? Hell yeah, it did. But today, nah, people gonna feel about me. Just keep pushing. I'm gonna be happy with myself. I'm gonna love myself. Like I said, loving yourself isn't always necessarily being vain or, oh, you know, I'm handsome, or coming in and thinking you big shit. It's not that. Loving yourself, having respect for yourself, having boundaries, respecting others and their boundaries, these are situations they got going on, being empathetic towards yourself and others, showing up for yourself, taking care of yourself. Those are all different things that equate to you loving yourself. That's why I said, if you're doing some of them and you just haven't had that real conversation with yourself, and you should have it. I'm telling you, I've read thousands of self-help books, and I've heard advice, I've done all of that, and there's gonna be plenty of advice out there for y'all. Now, if you're a person that, like I said, you like to mass consume, fine, but my advice is find one thing, try it. That don't work, try something else. But try it for a little bit. Give it a month. Like, try it out. Like, because nothing happens overnight and nothing happens that quickly. And if it happens that quickly, I'd be worried. I don't feel like anything quick, like, stays long. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all listening to this rant. It's just, I have so many loved ones and people around me, and I was in a state where I didn't love myself. You look on social media and you could clearly see, based on people's reactions, their comments, and how they, deal with themselves, that they don't love themselves. And like I said, that shit sucks. I know how that feels. So like I said, if you're watching this, if you're a subscriber, you follow my podcast, you just happen to stumble upon this, you know what I'm saying? Like, just know, like I said, love yourself. I love you. I'm not going to sit there and not let you know what the real is, and let you know that you need to love yourself, because you do. It's important, and don't let nobody else tell you it's not. It is. I'm telling you, from today, go ahead and mark in your calendars when you watch this video. Start making the strides into things that I said. Like I said, asking yourself the real question, talking to your younger self, and figuring out why. And then from there, like I said, writing it down. And then writing down ways you can counteract, or, start to make those not a part of your life, and wash your hands of that life, and become the person that you know you're meant to be, and the person that you can love. Like I said, start writing that down and mark this date, and the date that you write your first, insert, or like, what do you call it? Your first, journal entry. There you go. Your first entry. And then work on yourself. Work on loving yourself. And then you're going to look back on that shit and be like, I did that shit. Hell yeah, you did that shit. Like I said, I'm here to tell you, if you don't love yourself right now, that I love you, and I'm not going to allow you, if you fuck with the podcast and you listen to me, to sit there and not love yourself. We got this. You can do it. You can. We could do this shit together. Shit, I ain't got nothing but time. I don't mind getting advice. I don't mind sending no DMs. We could do it. I'd be damned. Like I said, if I had this knowledge and know what I know, and let y'all just not love yourselves, I'd be damned. I'd be motherfucking damned. That's why I said, if I don't sit there and I'm not spitting that shit, I'm not doing my job. But again, like I said, it's all love. I love and appreciate y'all. Nothing but peace. You know what I'm saying? And blessings to you this year. All right, like I said, I love y'all. Till next time.